All right, here we go. We're live.
Yo, welcome to our frequency control show. We got some guests this week. My name's Willie Stride.
I'm Rob.
Andrew.
I'm also Rob. Rob Lent, vision miner, serial entrepreneur.
We're going to have a good discussion. We're talking about the teachability index, about or the training balance scale, 99.9% in the training that we've all gone through. 99.9% of achieving the things you want is getting obsessed with it by thinking about it all the time. And the 0.01% of achieving it is the actual actions you take. And me and Robert, we kind of have just kind of be battling a little bit about, well, it's got to be more action than your thoughts and this and that. But we got a couple gurus here that are going to break it down for us. So bring it on.
Sweet. Okay. So, yeah, I think Andrew was about to expand on this, but it's all about the thoughts. It's 99.9% about the thoughts and 1% about the action because we all know you can't make $1 million just sitting there meditating and all this stuff. It's not just going to land in your lap. It just doesn't work that way. You have to take action. We all know hard work is important. We all know this principle, but thoughts are 99.99% because the correct thoughts will inspire action. So if your thinking is correct, if that 99.99% of what you're supposed to be focused on, the thinking is correct, you will be taking action as a result of having the correct thoughts lined up. You will want to, and it will be fun and joyous, and it won't feel like work, and it will just, inspired action.
So I just think that it gets twisted when you say it like that, and I agree with it 100%.
Right.
But what happens is people go 99.9%. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and it's gonna rain $1 million into my lap, and everything's gonna work out. And a lot of times, those people talking that same stuff about that happening are doing the 0.01% of action. They're not doing anything. They're just talking about something falling from the sky, right? So again, it's like you can get a slippery slope to say it that way, though. Not everybody gets that. Hey, we're saying that, if you don't have your thoughts, you can do all the action in the world, but it's not going to matter. I get that because I'm an action person, and I've produced for Snoop Dogg and everybody else who had the wrong mindset. And by having the wrong mindset, I was never able to get further with it, and actually do something. I've been working with him for 15 years now, and it's like having the wrong mindset. Not until I finally got with Will and this information with the Your Wish is Your Command and all these books and stuff, I start to switch my mind and then be able to take advantage or of the opportunities that were placed in front of me and have the right mindset to go forward with them,
Yeah. Nice. Amplifies everything.
Absolutely.
Dude. Andrew, what do you think?
About?
The whole topic. Yeah, you're about to start going in on the training balance scale thing, but right before we went live, you were about to expound on that.
No, I was gonna ask because Phenom told me that basically him. So you got Phenom into this stuff, and then he got you two into it. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Phenom got the information from Rob, I believe, and then Phenom gave it to me, and then I passed it on to Robert after a year.
And so, what do you got like? So you guys know about Kevin and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, deeply.
That's cool. What did you guys like? Mostly just have like the level 1 stuff, or did you ever get any of the other stuff?
All of it, all the way to level 6.
Oh, okay, cool. That's awesome, man. Yeah, this stuff changed my life too, obviously big time. I use it every day. But what I was I'm in the process of right now doing actually is taking the different levels and like connecting the audios so that instead of like 12 audios for level 12, it's like one big long audio. And then I was gonna upload them and send it to everybody on YouTube. But yeah.
Imagine like
I don't know.
150-hour olive gin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just play it in double speed and just like
Oh. Every 3
go on a
days.
road trip.
It's a whole new.
That'd be epic. Where do you guys live?
Hey, that's a good idea, actually.
I live
Just
in
one long, one, huh?
Why
I live
not?
in, I live in Vancouver, Washington.
I mean,
Oh wow. Like down south?
Just right on the border of Portland and Washington.
Yeah, I've been there. I had a you know what's so funny? I have a guy in my downline that lives there too. God damn. I can't remember his name. I haven't seen him in many years. But I remember I picked him up down there. And we went to some meeting or something. And the way I got that guy was back in the day when Jin had like these calls.
Dude,
At the
Andrew got into gin before I ever heard about gin. He was into gin before there was Your Wish. He was at
for sure.
the first,
The
I
very
believe
first gin
the
meeting.
first
Absolutely.
event. It was just an affiliate event at that point. Like, oh my God, dude.
It was members and affiliates, I think. I don't know. I think it was the first members event. Anyway, it was in it was in goddamn, what's that?
Portland?
No. It was in California.
Oh yeah. Like Santa
one of
Monica
the
or
nice
something.
beach cities. Yeah, not Santa Monica though, but
Oh, Santa Barbara.
it might have been that, but I'm not 100% sure.
There's probably some like super bougie.
I got
San
it.
Luis
Yeah, it was like
Obispo.
ridiculous. Oh man. Oh, Monterey.
Monterey. No, I think that's a country.
No, Monterey,
Wait, yeah,
California.
Monterey, California. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where it was. And yeah, that was the first time I met Kevin, and I shook his hand and I showed him my weight loss because I lost like 60 pounds from his book, and that's how I first found out about Kevin Trudeau, like from his weight loss book when I was in high school. And when I met him, I had a picture of myself when I was really fat, and I showed him, and I was like, "Bro, look how much weight I lost." And he was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing." And he was like, "That's great." And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, I shook his hand, and then I was like, "Oh shit." And like, I was there with my girlfriend and shit. It was crazy. And then, yeah, just like went and sat down. And then anyway, he went on and on about all kind of shit, but it was pretty nuts.
Wow.
that's
Tight.
cool.
Yeah, you met Kevin Trudeau. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty dope, actually.
Dude, he just got out of jail. He's on house arrest the next year, and then we're gonna be seeing some stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. So some
Yeah.
fresh material, some his insight of what he went through, and oh man,
Dude.
his mindset, how he was able to cope with all that. Oh man,
God.
oh, it's gonna be crazy.
Dude. KT 2024, what?
What are you? I'm gonna write that down.
Yes. Oh my God.
KT
Dude. He
2024.
can do it.
Yeah, man. So
You guys think Trump pardoned him secretly? I
maybe.
didn't even think about that because he kind of got out right as Trump was on the way out. I always thought that was weird, but I didn't think that
Right.
maybe Trump pardoned him. I don't know. Supposedly, there's a list of names.
Right. Oh shit. Yeah, we should look that shit up.
Yeah, if he literally let like people like Lil Wayne and like Kodak Black, he's probably for sure gonna get and Kevin Trudeau, you know.
I'm looking up
Seems like the
list
opposite. Oh man.
right now. Kodak Black.
Yeah. Like of all people,
Okay.
he parted Kodak Black.
Never heard of that
I
guy.
for sure got Kevin Trudeau in there.
Okay, I'm checking the list right now, guys. for
Don't
Kevin
worry.
Trudeau. Yeah, hold on.
So my thing on this, training balance scale is, I find that the more, the more I'm concentrating, the more I'm thinking about it, the more excited I get. Kind of like what you're saying, excited to take action, especially after finally defining what I wanted. Just thinking about it all the time just makes me just feel pretty amazing about defining what I want. And then just by getting obsessed with thinking about it all the time, I cannot tell you about all the stuff that's been showing up on my path that's leading me towards what I want. And some of it I've had to be like, I'm not sure feeling that, but then there has something that's come across my plate lately that I am like all up in 100% because it just lines up too perfect. And why I think it's really important for people to know that it's your thinking that creates the opportunities for you to be able to really take the beyond like coming up with enough of the how that you could start taking some sort of action, and then make sure that the frequencies of your thoughts are strong and you're sending out just more
thinking about the right things.
Right, more stronger energy about it, and that's exactly what I've been doing. I've been taking action, but still all of it isn't, I just don't see it happening quick. And now things are showing up that I'm like, oh man, this is what I'm talking about. And it's just really exciting to get your thoughts lined up and then watch what shows up in your path for you to take action on to achieve what you want and get there quicker.
Right. I had a thing like that this week where I want to sell more large machines, right? And I had been focused on a lot of different things. I've been getting a lot of different things done, but my focus hadn't been on that. And so I was like, okay, wait, I need to focus on exactly every morning before I start, and before I go to bed and all this stuff, and shift that and be like, okay, money coming to the bank from big machine sales specifically. And within 2-3 days of consciously shifting that and then remembering, okay, in the next couple days, boom, there's a sale. Oh, we got three POs on the line. Okay. And I answered the phone at 9:30, and this dude's like, I talked to him for 20 minutes. He's like, okay, yeah, sweet. I think we're ready to buy. Can you send me a quote? I was like, you got it, man. Shit. It's like, I didn't want to answer the phone. It's fucking 9:30. And I'm like, dude, phone hours are 10. Where's Doyle? And, but I was like, nope. Because I remembered, what's built the business and what has, what brings us in. I'm like, I want machine sales. What's built the business has been sales, doing sales. Answer that free, picking up that phone, being the best customer service person you possibly can be for every single person, even when they're annoying. I had an hour-long call with a guy earlier tonight. It's supposed to be 2-3 hours a month of support, and we're going on 7, but I'm still gonna do it because I want him as a current and future customer, and I know referrals, everything else. So once I shifted and lined my focus back up on that, as opposed to fixing all these other parts of the business, boom, it immediately starts popping off. And it's like, God, in a couple days, dude. Oh my God, we've got some instant stories that I'll save for later, but it has to do with pizza and beer and healthy choices.
I just had the similar experience, man. Like my friend introduced me to this business, man, and even through all the training, like all my thoughts, I'm thinking about all my first thoughts were like all the ways that I just don't have the time for this. I'm already doing things. Why do I want to start something new? Do I really want to do this? Does this sound exciting to me? I'm already, you know what I mean? All the things that say, no, I'm not interested, right? And then I was like, but through this material, I was able to be like, okay, what am I thinking about? And all I started to do, well, does it line up with what I want? And I started going through that scenario of what I want. And then the list of why I should start all of a sudden was 3 times as big as why I'm thinking I shouldn't do it. You know, because the more I was able to snap out of you know, what is this person trying to introduce me to compared to what do I truly want, then everything about it was directly lined up with what I want, what I'm already currently into, and adding value to that. And it was like a complete no-brainer. And then as soon as I did that, I got my first customer. As soon as I did that, I got my first customer and was just like blown away. Okay, this is what I want. You know, so there's a big thing with your thoughts, man, and your actions. You know, when you're thinking about what you want and you're obsessed with it and you start creating things along your path, and now I'm so excited putting in the work and taking the actions and I've been all day on Zoom calls. I'm zoomed out. Last thing I want to do is another one, you know what I mean? But not really, because this is my favorite thing to do. But doing the same thing I'm doing right now, except I'm running Zoom calls and things like that, and it's just completely all about changing my thoughts. It wasn't any. I mean, I guess an action could be I changed my thoughts, but it was literally my thinking and really focusing on what I want that created my first customer, and I'm already making money.
Yeah.
It's so much about your thinking. You can't even. You just can't even put. You can't. It's so important.
It's incredible how much is linked to it, how much changes, how rapidly. Really, I mean, like, dude, like we learned this. Like, if you've ever studied game or pickup stuff, a lot of stuff they teach. There's a lot of different types and styles of teachers out there, but all of generally they'll have, I mean, even like a Tony Robbins seminar, something physical where you squeeze your hand or something. Andrew will know more about this than I do, but you squeeze your hand or something and it like activates, or you shift your physiology and it activates and it changes your whole your God, Andrew, if you think of a good example, just butt in here. Like what? There's the schizophrenics who are diabetic and then the next minute not diabetic. Like what the fuck, bro? Scientifically proven. Joe and Jack, same guy, 5 minutes in between. He switches over. They do the blood test. They switches over again. They do the blood test again, and it's 2 completely different people. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
What do you call it? Not like this. There's the CMO. What's the word for it, Andrew? When you do like not an anchor necessarily. But the shifting of physiology to change the mind and
like best?
No, more like Tyler or like the what's it called when you do something like the squeezing of the right hand and it brings you into the present, or the left hand or something like that. It brings you into the present, or doing exercises like that that involve physicality, and that shifts your thoughts, but it's from a thought. That shifts your whole energy from a thought. It's like, oh my God. As soon as you realize you're feeling like crap, you do a mortar march, right? Or whatever, a stretch or a mind thing.
A clearing? You call it
a clearing for sure. That's an excellent word for it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I used to do that, bro. When I first learned about the Callahan technique, 24/7, I was like, oh my God, again. And now, like all these years later, I don't have to do that anymore. But I do get a best adjustment every 2 weeks from a best practitioner here in Washington.
Nice.
And that shit is key.
Dude.
It's called a what adjustment?
Best adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah. When does Kevin teach about best?
I think it's in your wish, but it stands for, it might be Zurich too.
Zurich's the one where he talks about all the techniques and things you can do.
Is that Germany? I think that might be Germany, but I think he mentions it. I think he mentions it in your wish. So it's bioenergetic synchronization technique. Cheesiest fucking name. Best, right? You know, it's like horrible. I do, but you know, whatever.
Do you guys know what the Callahan technique is?
Absolutely. I'm an affiliate there too.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so
But I need to study it and learn how to do it for
The
myself. And then
tapping
build.
technique, right?
Tapping.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tapping, and yeah, I've watched a bunch of background on him and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, best is like a more fancy version of that. But essentially, you can probably achieve the same results with both, but best is much more flashy, and you need someone to do it to you. It's, you know what I mean. So there's a thing called the best practitioner, and usually they're chiropractors because it's a form of chiropractic. Well, the inventor is a chiropractor, and but it involves no like forceful application, so they don't crack your back or anything like that. They do this really gnarly process where, have you guys ever heard of muscle testing?
Applied kinesiology.
Well, kind of hard to describe it.
So everything's energy, right? So when you think a thought positive or you think a thought negative, your body reacts in different ways. So, you know, and basically if you think, yes, like I'm awesome, this is great. You're, you know, this, you'll be, it's a positive, strong energy, vibration, like electromagnetic, whatever. And when you go into the lower states, like this sucks, it's horrible, I hate this, whatever, the energy is lowered and you physiologically become weaker. So when you're in the positive state, you're very, very strong. And so simply by thinking like your body, a positive or negative thing, or a truthful or untruthful thing, it's the black and the white, the in and the out. It's the freaking binary.
Basically,
universe, right?
like it's a like one way you do it. It's funny. I'm surprised you guys haven't heard of this, and it's gonna sound stupid as hell because if I was there with you, I could do it on you, and you'd instantly know what I'm talking about. But like, for example, like Rob, stand up and do the arm straight one.
So like,
so what you do is he would have his arm like this, right, and I would be right behind him, putting my hand on his wrist, pushing down. Okay. Now, when I would say, Rob, tell me, say your name is Rob, and he would say, my name is Rob, and I would say, okay, hold against my pressure, and it would be very strong, and it would not go down very easily.
Like no movement whatsoever, not like solid. Okay, cool, like it should be, right?
And then if I tell him to say, my name is Andrew, and he says that, and I push, and I tell him to hold, it's a remarkable amount of weakness.
Oh God!
Of your instinct. Like he will not have the ability to hold because there's a circuit break. Like when you tell a lie, there's a break in the energetic field. So it sounds ridiculous, but if I did it to you, you'd instantly know for the rest of your life how this works. Because
I've been wanting to do this at one of my sales meetings at my job for 3 weeks now. I've been wanting to do this exact demonstration, but I was going to do it with other people, thinking towards this person, I love you, and then thinking I hate you.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Yeah.
What's up, yo?
But this is even cooler, though.
Yeah, just talking about magic, applied kinesiology, muscle testing, tapping.
Yeah.
How you doing in there, Josh?
Good. Zurich 3, right? Kevin talks about this from what I just picked up a little bit, right? They talk about your choice of words that you use throughout the day, right? But what is more important than the actual word is the intention behind the word and how it makes you feel. But for me, being programmed by rap and just my experiences in life, saying fuck yeah or whatever else makes me feel amazing. And I tried to refrain from those types of sayings for the longest of time, and then on my story and everything, and then I re-listened to this, and when you really are talking, but the craziest thing is what we say out loud is a small percentage of what we say in our minds to ourselves. So once you find a couple of things that are in line with your intention, like it's almost like finding your favorite song. When something bad happens and you know, hey, I'm going to play this song and instantly I'm going to feel better. Once you literally like write down the top 5 sayings, and one of them for me is like, fuck yeah. Or you know what? You got this. Fuck everybody. And I don't mean, you know, I want bad on everybody, but it motivates me and my intention's good and I feel good.
Yeah, it is. The words are a percent, a smaller percentage of what it is. The intention. So, like for example, when you say "I feel great," but you say, "Oh yeah, I feel great." You know, is it the words? Do they fucking matter at all? They could be even worse because you're lying. You know.
That's the exact example of like what I wanted to get into, right? So because you're supposed to use affirmations and do all this stuff, right? But that's what I tried for the longest time is, I feel great and you know, everything's gonna be okay. As we all know, I had a rough patch 2 years, and every time I got motivated to try to take a step back into this direction, right? I tried to tell myself these things and it didn't work. Right. But it's weird because like I said, it was things that I was saying that I now know like make me feel good. But if somebody on the outside was listening, they would think either I'm mad or like I'm ill-willed against people. But really it's just hyping myself up. But to pay attention, if you're saying I feel great, then that means and if it doesn't line up, then that means you're not actually thinking about feeling great. Yep. You're thinking about the lack of feeling great.
Right.
Find that sweet spot.
Yeah, the sweet spot.
So, yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up, Rob? What's up, Will? What's up, Andrew? What's up, Rob? It's crazy on my story. I predicted this today.
I didn't finish watching it. I watched like half of it.
Hey, I didn't even predict it, but I was listening to audio and I listed the gym members, right? And he's like, when you talk to people and you're just like sharing your dreams and your goals with them, you're like, yeah, what's going on? Everything's good, you know? And I know if they hit a home run, it's awesome because I'm going to be invited on the yacht. And they know if I hit the home run, they're being invited on the yacht. And I was like, okay, yep, that's Rob, that's Andrew, that's Rob, that's Will. I literally listed all you guys' names on my story for this same exact thing.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. Hey, what's up with your video?
I'm driving home right now.
Oh,
this girl needed help. There's a snowstorm. I thought she needed gas for her car. She actually needed gas for a generator. It was like 3 miles outside of town.
What?
Yeah. So staying in a trailer and generator is what's powering it. So I felt compelled to help out.
That's good.
Nice.
That is good.
I'm going.
Hell yeah. Dude.
So our topic technically was the training back.
I love it.
What's the topic?
It was on the training balance scale again, and more of the 99.9% of the thoughts, and 0.01 is the action, and how does that actually?
I think honestly,
how do those numbers actually compute?
Go ahead. Sorry, it's a delay.
You're on, buddy. Go.
I'm thinking honestly, for as long as I thought I was on Teachability Index, I really think we should be talking about who do you listen to.
Well,
I mean.
Well, the topic is
Yeah.
So
So
fuck it. Let's talk about it. No, sorry.
Of course, we could go anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
what?
but Robert and I really wanted a better explanation, so it made sense, well, to me and to him and to everyone listening, that 99% really is your thoughts. Like, You know.
Okay, let me ask one question to Rob.
Oh, for sure it is.
Sick and Disgusting, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can explain that.
Producer man. So, when, 2 questions. When did you start listening to Gin?
Probably 2 years ago now.
2. It's been. Oh my God, where have I been? I've been underneath a rock. Okay, 2 years ago, and what compelled you, right, to go from one stream of income to your 6 or 7 that you've accomplished here in what, the last 6-8 months?
9 months, 10 streams. So,
what encouraged you to make that move? What was? I remember you telling me the counter intention with your wife, and now it's actually working backwards. Your counter positive intention is working for her, right? But what were you listening to? What was it? Do you remember the day or whatnot that you're like, dude, I can do more?
February 18th, or it was September 17th. As stupid as that sounds, I wrote it down on this thing because I told Will, I said, I'm going to mark this day. Because him and I had a 3-hour conversation. And
dude, I'm driving in circles. I'm just going to pull over.
And once we had that conversation, I had, you know, he basically broke down the information. He's been trying to tell me it. And I'm kind of like, hey, man, all that smoke and mirrors bullshit, I'm not trying to hear it. Like, I'm all about action. That's period. That's all I'm about, right? Get out, bust your ass, and do it. But I found myself spinning my wheels because belief system, right? And then you get into the point of, like, again, the quality of your thoughts. That's where I thought Rob nailed it when he broke down the quality of your thoughts will drive the action alone. So basically Will breaking it down to me, and then 2 years ago I was like, holy shit, I was able to compare it to my last 7 years having Snoop Dogg in my back pocket, not taking advantage of that relationship because my mindset wasn't correct, right? I wasn't looking at it correctly. And the kind of
maybe rephrasing the question. When did you go from 1 stream to 2 streams?
Oh shit. 9 months ago.
Okay, and why?
Well, necessity, and then
no, how did you decide what was your second stream of income going to be?
Oh, literally Will and I talking about my dream board, and I'm looking at it now. It's like 4 by 8 foot tall, but anyway, it's like
that's why you started looking for a second stream. What was it that made you decide what your second stream was going to be?
What was that moment? When was the moment that you said, fuck this, I'm going to do it?
No, not that moment.
Oh.
You already, so that's the moment you talked to Will. You said, fuck this, I can do more.
Right.
Now you're looking for opportunity. You're analyzing life differently. Now, at what point did you say, that's going to be my second stream of income?
Well, I was probably not gonna be correct answer because I'm just trying to guess what the fuck you're going for. But like, the bottom line is, like, I had a rapper who I was giving beats to for free, which, I understand people don't have money. So I'm giving him beats, and I'm giving him beats, and I'm giving him beats. And this fucking guy kept going to YouTube for beats. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is this guy, he's got me go for beats. I can do any style you could fucking imagine on earth. Every style, I don't give a shit what you can do, I can do. Everything from rock to rap to Egyptian music, it doesn't matter, right? And I'm like, he keeps going to YouTube for beats. Like, what's this YouTube thing? Like, what is this whole hustle? And so it made me literally kind of go, fuck that guy. I'm going to be on my own. I'm done dealing with Snoop Dogg. I'm done dealing with everybody else. I'm going to be on my own too and not have to
So that led to you buying the funnel, the beat program?
That led to the funnel because I went in and I started seeing Internet Money and Taz Taylor and the whole YouTube to your BeatStars and website stream of income and how that hustle worked. And from there, met Gabe.
You saw an ad.
Met Gabe, purchased from Gabe for a separate reason, and then was like, oh shit, this is the hustle. And started
you fell into his funnel, right?
Well,
and then you're like, holy shit, I could do this.
I didn't follow his funnel. I knew him directly. So
Oh, okay.
from knowing that and then going through producer grind, he was like, "No, this is a new hustle, bro. This is not this
So
form." And then I
that
was like,
completes
"I'm
the
gonna do it."
circle. Sorry to cut you off right there. So
Okay.
that is why, right? Because I see you making progress now. For me, Willie Stride and Andrew is on the cusp of some really good things. Rob Lent is, I would like to say, coasting towards success right now. Now you are very visibly, we can see that you're on the up climb from what I'm hearing from Willie Stride and whatnot. Now, I want to point out that moment. That's the moment I was looking for, right? Because it has nothing to do with training balance scale at that point, right? It was actually who do you listen to
Totally.
that encouraged you towards that. Now, what was, all right, so you, boom, then you got taught the funnel. Okay, you've seen that possibility. Now, what other streams have you ventured out into?
So I want to back up a little bit based on that comment you said. I knew this angle for a whole fucking year. And because I didn't put action in place and I kept going, I'm a little tired after work and all this bullshit and didn't put the action in place, I didn't do it for a long time. And then
You knew what for a year?
I for a whole year I knew this whole the funnel, all the shit. I was on the funnel game a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
So
I knew my
so you
plan. I
met
just
Gabe.
executed in the last 9 months, 2 years ago, and it
So
wasn't
you
until
met Gabe. So okay, go over that then. What was the moment? So you've had this information. If anything, that just doubles down on what I'm saying, right? So you had a conversation with Gabe and he raised your belief. He was like, yo, this is the game. And you already knew that. And you already had that gut feeling that this was a good idea, right? And had you had a better support group, you would have created this funnel 2 years ago.
for sure.
But since you didn't, and now you re-talk to Gabe, boom, now you're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this funnel.
Right. So
Okay. So now, what was your next streams of income?
So basically, it was I drove my truck. I was delivering coffee at the time, working for a company. Dropped this coffee truck off. My boss was there, the president of this company, and he handed me my last check and said, "COVID-19 has caused us to shut our doors. Here's your final check. Peace out." And I was like, "Oh
Okay.
shit! I just got freaking dealt my time." And so I was like, "Hell yes, I have my time." So I was like, "Fucking, this is amazing. I'm no longer trapped for this 8-10 hour a day job." And I went home, and because of this information, I was able to look at that situation, which would have collapsed most people, and said, "Fuck yes." I have all these things I sat on for a whole year, the funnel, the marketing funnels, all this other shit. I'm going to execute that shit. And I went home, and I'm telling you, that fucking same day I started, and I did not stop. And here we are 9 months later. I have 2 other businesses that make me
Okay, training balance scale your ass right now. So, right, you
16-hour
think
days,
it was the action that got you there, right? But what you're telling me was it was the life event, right? And you just explained it yourself why it's 99.9% why, right? What happened? You had all this information, you weren't taking action. What happened was a mindset change, and you were forced, and you had 2 options. Either, oh my God, I'm fucked, or oh my God, this is amazing, because you were feeding your brain the right information on a consistent basis over time. And now, instead of, oh my God, I got to find a new job. Oh my God, what am I going to do for my family? Oh my God, I don't have enough money. Oh my God, how am I going to pay the bills? Now it was, oh my God, I have so much time. I can't wait for how much I can get done. Oh my God, I might not ever have to work again. Oh my God, this is so much fun. 99% your mindset, 1% action, because you could have been taking action the whole 2 years. And the only thing that changed is what you just described was mindset.
Totally.
William, do you have any questions on that?
Absolutely not.
So now, right, our job for each other is this is what I've coached my mom into doing, right? Don't ever, I'm coaching my mom, don't ever try to restrict me. Only try to be a guidepost to keep me on the freeway, right? Absolutely. And this is what I've been trying to do with you, Will, since our conversation when I was in Bellevue and I asked you if you wanted to do the producer funnel, right? And you said you'd think about it. And obviously no conclusion came from that. So what I'm trying to do, same thing I'm coaching my mom to do, is okay, that's not it. Okay, great, doesn't align. All right, awesome. Do what you're doing, but fucking, go faster, keep going, do more, or don't be scared to keep moving forward. Because I think a lot, dude, I have this firm believing inside of me. Had I not listened to a couple of people, I was seeking acceptance from the wrong people 4 or 5 years ago. And had I done what I was doing 4 or 5 years ago with my music, you cannot change my mindset. I 100% believe I'm in the top 5 white rappers if I had just kept going since 2011. We made 90 plus songs. I was remixing everything. I've seen like 3 or 4 white kids get signed just from remixing songs on their YouTube page. And I was doing this 10 years ago.
More than that.
At a very high volume. And I was misled because I was seeking acceptance by, Tony Eden, who's been a huge mentor in my life, right? But I didn't have enough direction or confidence in my own to keep going towards that. And he's like, hey, you need to focus on stuff you own. You need to not get beats off of YouTube. You need to only work on, stuff you own and all this stuff. And then I got tied down into trying to only make music that I thought other people would like, right? Versus just making music. And, but I think if we encourage each other, right, not to look out for the pitfalls, but just to keep high energy focused on whatever you're focused on, right? And if we can all say it clearly, right? If I can say my chief aim is to make $10,000 a month consistently by adding value to people's lives from my phone and computer anywhere in the world. If we can all do that and we can all tell each other, right, keep going, because I think part of the thing is when you don't have that, when you're not experiencing that first level of success, other opportunities seem appealing because you're not 100% focused on the one.
That's why it's so important to clearly define what you want.
Right. That's why when, you said, hey, I'm doing this funnel stuff or whatever, right? I'm like, hey, fuck yeah. Well, then it sounds like you're doing an awesome job already. And it sounds like you're preparing for the future. Why I wanted to talk about who do you listen to, right, is because Rob Lent, right, just notified me a couple weeks ago, right? His company's last year officially did $1 million in revenue, right? Key factor. He has a direct person to listen to, right? Here we are. We're seeing Rob Productions, right? Doing better, moving towards 100% free time. And one of the biggest credits is what I'm seeing is his relationship with Gabe. Who do you listen to, right? Andrew, where are you at on this scale of things? So you kind of have a who do you listen to, but he's not quite the real estate guy. Explain that to us, please.
Yeah, well,
would you consider him a who do you listen to?
I mean, yeah, if you're trying to do real estate, his specialty is doing property. So if you want to do, land, not property. And he's now just learning the real estate agent game. But he's killing it on the land deal side because that's what he has been doing for the most amount of years. And
developing
only in the
residential?
last year. No, selling plots of land.
So buying land and subdividing and selling it.
I don't know about the subdividing part, but yeah,
So basically flipping lots of land.
that's what he's doing. Yeah.
So, and that doesn't entice
That's
you
what he.
to go into that field?
Well, he wants. See, he thinks he can make more money doing houses, properties. So that's why he came to me and was like, "Hey, can you figure out how we get these leads for the properties, and then I'll fucking do all the fucking closing and shit and the following up and all that other shit, and getting the listings."
So he's not a who do you listen to? As of right now, like you're not like, okay. So think about who do you listen to, right? Who do you listen to?
Well, he makes a lot. He probably is the guy that makes the most money that I know of, like personally.
Okay. So he's a potential, but you're not necessarily. Well, I mean, Rob,
but his mindset is great.
What do you think?
He's got a really relentless mindset.
So,
but I'm not calling him my fucking guru mentor or anything like that.
No, it's not that, right? I mean, I know Rob Lent calls this guy a mentor because he's really being mentored.
I work for Rob, and I consider Rob a mentor as well.
Right. So here's the deal. What it comes down to is you become who you hang around. I think 100. This is sort of, this is where who do you listen to comes into play, because you're always going to have multiple people who have, like, is there ever going to be someone who has absolutely everything that you want as you?
No.
Well, no, that's because you're you, right? So, like my mentor in particular, and I call him a mentor because we've established that relationship. We became friends for 6 months or so, and then I've really found over that time, how successful he really was, and started asking him business questions and everything, and it sort of became a mutual, mentorship relationship. And it's always a two-way street, right? That you're getting something, by being around this person who has what you want, has been where you are, but they also are getting something, whether that's your services, your energy, your youthfulness, usually, these different elements, health, perhaps. So there's a mutual exchange always going on in those mentorship relationships. But who do you listen to? Yeah, it's who has what you want, has been where you are. Now, as a guy who's made a fuckload of money, that I think is a pretty broad pre-qualifier for someone you should listen to on many topics, but it doesn't necessarily make them like your end all be all. Like if you wanted to be like a long-term stock business buying expert, and you had the opportunity to meet with and be close to Warren Buffett, he's exactly that. That's you want to take that opportunity. But even if that's not your goal, you probably still want to take time around Warren Buffett. Right.
So what I'm referring to is kind of like the stepping stone, right? So what I see is that Rob, his life is growing significantly because he had a real life person, right? On who do you listen to?
The person at that next level that you want to be
at. Even though he's not in communication with that person, and it's not like Gabe is his mentor, but he physically had somebody to listen to that raised his belief, and now his level of productivity and action, right, are being manifested in his life, right? So now, just because this is one of the questions I have for myself, and it appears like Andrew and Will as well, because I know we have studied a plethora of information. We have a ton of good ideas, and we're destined towards success. But is there, I'm trying to see, is there a way that we can, shortcut our next steps, our next path, right? By knowingly and accepting and believing, okay, I just have to take the lowest of my top 5 and replace a new number 1. And I know my life is going to benefit in many ways. So basically, if I remove my worst influence and I just go hunting, right? For somebody, even though they might not be in line with music and everything else, right? They're just a whole new caliber, that a friend of influence that I'm not used to having.
Right, and the 5 is arbitrary, right? Like, obviously, it's going to be more and less. And yes, if you one of the first things they said to do is cut out all the negative people in your life. Like, literally, if there's people in your life, not just the one of the 5 right now. No, if there's negative fucking people in your life that bring you down every time you hang out with them, literally sever the cord. Completely
no
walk away.
No need for explanation or nothing.
And
just do it.
Dude, like, and if they start, oh, why aren't you hanging out? Dude, like, bro, man, like, honestly, I'm busy, I'm doing other stuff, and you can tell them they bring it down or something. Like, your fucking attitude all the time just gets me down, man, so I'm doing other shit. Yeah, but for your life, you need to be away from that, because that is literally dragging you down. And then at the same time, you set the standard of the type of people you do hang out with, and whatever that is. And if it's positive people, funny people, whatever. And make sure that the people you're hanging out, and then as you're growing that, obviously you keep finding people of higher and higher levels, and the people, you know, they either are on the same path or not. And so like you know, my mentor Pat, or heck, even my what's his face, Mike Lynn. You know, he's this old, really well, let's just say he worked with Microsoft back in the day. Is, you know, his communities and his friends and different things. They invite you to things, or you go to things, or, you know, you go to the car show on Saturday morning and you meet 4 or 5 of his friends and the other people there. There's people on different levels. So you go to the car shop or whatever. And so you're constantly going out, and it's constantly, whatever direction you're going is what the people that you're going to be able to find and hang out with are going to, you know, change.
Okay,
into.
so what's the action item that me, Will, and Andrew can do to find a new person in our life?
I'll tell you.
Cut out the people that are.
No,
that
so
are
the next step
off.
after that.
Oh,
I'll tell you what I just did.
Thinking. Trinity balance sale. Say your thoughts. Sorry, go ahead.
100%. I just been through this just recently, and now for the first time in since this training, I have put myself in the position to be directly working with a couple millionaires, and have been on Zoom calls with them the past entire week, and have been learning from them.
So so you're there as well, Will, is what I'm hearing. So how did you find those people?
And all of my action has been coming from clearly defining what I want.
So how did you find those people?
As soon as I clearly defined what I want and got obsessed with it, those people showed up on my path without even trying.
Yeah.
But can you explain specifically how they came into your path and how you got to the point of?
He sat down and wrote it down and thought about it all day, every day. Right?
Clearly define what I want.
No. So what happened after that? I understand that part, right? So boom, you had an opportunity. Boom, an opportunity came in your life, right? Because you had clearly defined what you wanted, you recognized it as an opportunity, but what was the action that you took?
I didn't.
So how did you get on your first Zoom call with these guys?
I clearly defined what I want. I got obsessed with it. I had it in my pocket at work. I was pulling it out. On my breaks at lunch, I am focusing on it and reading it. And then
so how did you get into the first Zoom call?
And then I got a phone call that set me down this path to be around successful people.
Okay, so you got a phone call, and what was the phone call inviting you to?
I can't tell you that at this moment.
Okay, so but it was an action, right?
It just happened. I didn't take any action except for
you have to take some action, or else you wouldn't be on a Zoom call, right?
What?
You have to take some action, or else you wouldn't be on a Zoom call with a millionaire.
I've been taking all kind of action as soon as I got introduced to it because it completely lined up. It completely lined up with everything I'm doing. It so lined up with exactly what I wanted. And
so you got who do you listen to now?
Not to mention, I started surrounding myself with successful people, and that's what I've been lacking in order to grow with what I'm trying to do. And now I have that void.
So you have a who do you listen to officially?
Absolutely, a few people.
Okay, awesome. All right, so now back to the same question. So then for you three, right? So for me and Andrew, who have some successful people in our lives, but not necessarily someone I would say I have a who do you listen to, but not in real life, right? It's a coaching program online. Somebody who's successful at real estate wholesaling, all that stuff, right? But I'm talking about, so what I was saying, so that person that raises your standard of life because they're a little bit above what you're used to or whatever, what is the action that you take or what is so I guess.
Clearly define exactly what you want and think about it all day throughout the day.
And then just wait for
it.
And
these people will just show
believe.
up. And these events and circumstances will just show up on your path. And it's up to you whether or not you take action to take the opportunities.
And you know when they come in your gut, in your thing.
So I'm thinking like one of my brainstorming ideas is to start going to real estate functions and asking every single person out to lunch, even if there's 20 people there.
Every single person, you'll get too many people.
Right? But what other better way?
Well, you got to fix your thinking first. This is why we started on Training Balance Scale. You got to make sure your fucking thinking's right before you start asking people out to lunch. Like,
I'm already there. I already know what I'm doing, right? I already clearly defined my chief aim. I already know exactly what steps I'm taking. I have other people on board, right? But what I don't have is a direct, I do. I have it. I include you on that list, Rob. Right? My brother used to be on that list because he's a millionaire, but now
it will happen when you least expect it.
What I least expect is myself to go to a real estate investing group, right, and ask everyone. That's how I came up with that thought. That is the most, like, I would never expect myself to do that, and I wouldn't expect much of any person, even if they admitted they were looking for a mentor, right, to go somewhere where there's multiple mentors and say, hey, I'd like to take you out to lunch.
I think that's a great piece of action. That is that's a great piece of action.
Action can only be taken though from being in the right mindset, right?
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is it will happen when you least expect it. Is that very specific goal and written out thing? Like if I want a legitimate person in real life that I can talk to and get advice from and can guide me, and we have an actual legitimate relationship. I'm not like paying for shit, and somehow I'm making it a mutual exchange. The book Mastery by Robert Greene goes over like 30 or 40 different masters throughout history, from Mozart to Einstein to such a great book, like 40 of the greats, Tom Ford,
Andrew's reading it right now.
Edison,
Andrew, how is it?
It's
Robert's reading it right now.
Oh, Robert's reading it right now. How is it?
Now, after we had that call, I got that book.
Yeah, bro. How far are you? Are you pretty deep into it, or just start?
Oh, I'm almost completely done with it. It's amazing.
God,
are you reading or listening, Rob?
Listening. I don't read, but I should read.
Hey,
but I got to double up my time.
Zurich 3, Rob S&D. I challenge you to just read one page a day, even if it's not you don't want to absorb most of your information. Zurich 3 goes over the power of books and reading.
Oh yeah, man. Read
You
it
can
every
only
morning, every
amplify
night.
yourself. Andrew, do you get what I'm getting at?
The book mastery goes over all these greats, right? But specifically their apprenticeships and their mentorships and their protege relationships. And it's such.
What's the lesson of the book? 10,000 hours, right?
More than that.
It's sort of.
No, but that's like the main lesson, right?
No, it's
if you had to summarize it to one thing.
No.
So
I don't know. Robert, what would you say? You just read it. It's most fresh in your mind.
I'd say that's mastery, listening, focusing, understanding relationships and how to understand dynamics of your mentor and not to try to overshadow those mentors. Almost like the 48 laws of power angle of not letting them believe they're top, but eventually smoothly politically releasing from that mentorship as you outgrow that mentor, because you will. There's so many aspects of mastery from understanding like people to it's there's a lot of dynamics in that book. It's mastery, meaning mastering all things, and it's nothing I could have imagined based on Think and Grow Rich and all that stuff. So when Rob said this on one of our calls earlier, I immediately went and got the book and started on it, right? And so and I was like, oh my God, it's very close to a book. The guy who wrote the 48 Laws of Power wrote a book for 50 Cent called The 50th Law, and it matches along with the Mastery book. And they're like, it's kind of funny, obviously everything correlates. We're all in the same life, right? It's not going to get too far off.
Yeah.
But Mastery is real heavy on finding a mentor, how to approach that, how to find your mentor. So it's funny that Josh says, hey, what do I do here? How do I find this mentor? How do I find this next person? And in there, it kind of talks about that, how to find somebody and how that it's okay to have a book as your mentor, right? If there's nothing better. So there's so many aspects of this mastery book is amazing.
There's self improvement. So I understand all that, right? But what I was just outlining by individualizing.
Oh, you understand it all.
You understand it all.
There's a disability in there.
Yeah, you get it. You
got
it. Oh, you got it.
I understand self-improvement. But that's why I just went over everyone's jump in their lives, right? Like Rob directly related to that physical person in your life. Now, I strongly believe that if Willie Stride at this point is telling me he has a who do you listen to, I 100% believe him. And now I'm expecting to see a jump in his life, right? So now you guys got to understand, we're a couple years into this, right? And I'm not saying that I understand all about everything. I said I understand, all things about self-improvement. Yeah, you can use books. Yeah, you can use people. You can even use negative people, right? You can use audio. You can use seminars. You can use training. You can use paid training, right? But what I've seen, what we just talked about was a jump in everyone's life with a direct person in their life. So, Andrew, do you get where I'm getting at?
Yeah, bro. It's called having a mentor. I mean, it's
hard.
It's like
Mastery. Read the book, bro. It talks about how to find your mentor. Mastery, the book.
I think you might be. Well, for one, you should definitely read the book and see what they say. But also, you might be overcomplicating the whole thing a little bit.
Yeah, man.
I just started thinking about this
in a self-sabotaging type of a way.
I just started thinking about this in the last week, right? And because I watched a video, E.T., you guys met Eric Thomas online?
Oh yeah, love that guy.
Right? So he's talking to college students, and he's talking about, right, finding a person of importance or a mentor, right? Who maybe it's a business idea or a partner, somebody you want. They use an example live in the class. He says, everyone is 6 degrees separation away. You're 6 degrees separation from everybody, anybody that you want to know or meet, right? So they used the idea of ex-President Obama, right? And they're in Detroit. And he says, okay, great. So we're going to use this exercise. He says, okay, what do we know about Obama? He's from Chicago. Okay. He says, so hands up if you have lived in Chicago or you're from Chicago, right? One person raises their hand. He says, awesome. Do you know anybody in your life that might know President Obama? And how many degrees away do you think they are from Obama? And they say, yes, I know one person. And he says, how many degrees? And he says, 1 degree away. They know Obama for sure. So this got me thinking, right? So ideally, right, my mentor would be a rapper who has been successful in music and has now diversified their business portfolio into other things, right? So I got this idea now, boom, if there's only 6 degrees of separation, right, how do I, right, get to that point of getting comfortable with asking people that scenario? And so I came up with the exercise to build my belief is if I just got around people who I know are 10 to 100 times more earners than me, and if I could just build my belief by asking them, right, out to lunch, then when the opportunity comes for me to meet Lil Wayne or me to meet 50 Cent, or when that opportunity comes, I am going to be well rehearsed in that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just remembered one thing actually. How in Mastery, how he talks about how to get the mentor, how to find a mentor, and I just came back to me. One of the things that I remember it talking about, and that I very much did, was once I learned that my new friend was incredibly successful, and I knew that I wanted his mentorship, I suppose. It was like, I think in Mastery, or fill in the details here, doing things for them for free. Providing your services without asking anything in return. Providing value, giving value constantly. What do you remember? What the book says about that, Robert?
Yeah, I mean, this is universal. Like, I mean, in every book I've read, from Napoleon Hill, every book. In fact, Josh, I got How to Raise Your Salary. But every book I've possibly read, it's all about adding value. In every marketing thing I've ever read, so all this stuff is universal. This isn't strictly anything master, but it's add value without asking for something back. Don't ask for something back, because these people that are above you in sort of where you're at and already down the road where you're trying to be.
Awesome.
There's no reason that they want to fuck with you.
And everybody's trying to get a fucking piece.
So
every single fucking person around them all goddamn day long is trying to get a fucking piece of it. Do this with me, do that, help me with that, help teach me whatever.
Hey, please listen to my shit. Hey, please listen to my song. The thing is, what value can you add to these people? That's your approach. Is what can you add in a value aspect? And
ask them, how can I add value into your life?
No, yeah. Hey, here's my skill sets. I would like to do this. I can add this value. Know your value already. Tell them that's the value. And then if they choose to use that, then they can. And your only angle is that. You're not going, hey, I need this from you.
Ever.
Okay, what about the men who built America? Charles Schwab wanting to go into business with Thomas Edison. He knew he wanted to be a partner. Yep, he knew he wanted to be a partner. He knew his value was way overexceeded, but he said, how can I add value? And he said, you're not going to be my partner, but you can be a mail boy.
Right. Yeah. And so the value was mail boy. And so he went and it was a mail boy. For instance, let me give you a good example. Today, you know who Steve Harvey is? He's a famous comedian.
Yep.
Anyway, you know who Erykah Badu is?
Yeah.
She's a famous singer, right? If you know Andre 3000, she's the mother of his child. She's a famous singer. She asked this man if she could just add value. What could she do? She just wants to be part of what he's doing in the celebrity scene, even though he was just the owner of a comedy club and seeking to be anything higher. So he let her be the cocktail waitress. She eventually said, "Okay, now I'm a good cocktail waitress. What do you think about me going and being on the mic before the next comedy people come up and just talk? I'll be your comedy manager." He says, "All right, I'll let you do that." She didn't once talk about her ability to sing. She's phenomenal as a singer, and she was up there. She did that, and she explained to them she's a dreamer. She said, "Hey, is it cool if I come out and maybe do like one night a week? I could actually sing and perform." And he's like, "What are you gonna sing? Jesus!" Like, what? She's like, "I'll just sing. Just give me one night a week." All right. So she added the value being a cocktail waitress. So there's a part of that that's value to him. Paid cheaply. She runs the mic and introduces the people that are coming up. The next act is Dave Chappelle, if you're lucky enough. And then next thing you know, she starts singing. Everybody and all the patrons were like, "Hey, this lady's amazing." Next thing you know, she goes on to be Erykah Badu, who's massively famous, right? And Steve Harvey's thing was like, "You aren't going to be famous before me, hell no." Like, but they both became massively famous. But the thing was, her first approach to that man wasn't, "Hey, can I sing on your stage?" She came at him with like, "Yo, can I just fucking deliver drinks to people, take orders, and then introduce people?" And we're talking a year and a half in before she even asked to sing on the stage. For me, man, it stuck out heavily to me. I saved that video because I thought just in the sheer piece of adding value, servitude, and then eventually growing and building that relationship. And ultimately, it's a building relationship piece. You're not going in like, "Yo, can I do this?" It's like, no, what can I do from what you need
that would value you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
So
do you
let me
need?
back
What do you
Hey,
need?
my
from me?
phone's dying. I'm gonna log in on my computer.
Now let me back this up. So, kind of what I've been going through is so I joined this place and I started, attending these Zoom calls, and I just, honestly, I just humbled myself, made sure I was teachable, and just trusting their system. And so here I am on their Zoom calls, and I'm just being myself, all passionate and enthusiastic and all this stuff. I got a call today from one of these people, and they're like, "Look, we love your energy. We love how much passion you have and how much enthusiasm you have. We want to help you to achieve what you want quicker today." I didn't do anything but just show up and listen and be myself. And they seen that I could add value to the team by how just exciting and enthusiastic I am. And now they want to help me grow quicker. And these are the successful people I'm surrounding myself with. I didn't ask for anything, but I didn't ask for anything. I'm just showing up on what they're doing, surrounding myself with them, being myself. They see the value in me and my personality and want to help me achieve what I want even faster now.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, man, just show up and be yourself and be humble and teachable, and your light will shine and they will notice, because they didn't get where they're at, not noticing things. You know what I mean? Just, oh my gosh, I cannot. It's super exciting right now. All from clearly defining what I want. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that every podcast.
Every minute, dude. And every time I get thrown off in life and I'm not in the zone, like I know when I'm in the zone, it's fucking everything's going great, right? When I'm not in that, it lasts a day, a week, a month, it's going on. Every single time it's because I'm off track and I'm thinking about other shit, and every time as soon as I remember to, I just gotta fucking write that shit down. Just gotta focus on what I want. Oh fuck, I don't even remember. Okay, now I got fuck. What did I want? What was I going for? All this, whatever. And then like within a matter of days, it's like back up on fucking cloud nine.
Everything changes.
Oh man.
Because when you clearly define it, it's that much more exciting. Be like, whoa, this is now. This is like tomorrow. This is happening tomorrow. It's that close.
Yeah.
That has been the difference for me, is what do I want tomorrow compared to 5 years from now? And as soon as I did that, I cannot tell you the blast of opportunities that have come. And the right opportunity has showed up that lines up with everything I'm already doing, including this podcast. It's life-changing, man, when you clearly define it and pay attention. I really didn't have to do anything. The phone call came to me. The phone call came to me that turned me on to this. And now I got successful people that I'm looking up to in this, reaching out to me to pull me up faster.
Have you thought about what took place for that phone call to get to you?
Yeah, I clearly defined what I want and thought about it every minute of the day.
No, have you thought about it from the universe's perspective?
That is.
No, that's from your perspective, right?
That is. I had no idea that this was coming. I just knew what I wanted, and I started taking actions on what I thought would get me there, and then this opportunity happened.
So have you thought about it from the universe's perspective?
I guess I'm not getting your question.
All the things that lined up, right? The billions of things that lined up for this call to land in. So I guess it's a mixture of both, right?
Yes, it's the only thing. Those are the things that I had to because you were earlier the call.
Perspective.
I didn't even want to do it because I was like, I'm into too many things. What is this? And then I thought, well, what do I want? And then everything lined up with, oh wow, this is everything I want, including being around successful people and helping people and everything else I'm already into.
So what I'm asking is how physically in the universe did the phone call land on your number? Not what were you thinking about? How did the call actually get to you from the universe's perspective?
I guess I don't know.
So, like say when you met somebody and you gave them the CDs or something, like a couple people I've helped that I didn't give the CDs to, but they come back months later and they're like, oh my God, dude, that one day you completely changed my life. And you're like, what? And then you're like, dude, if I wouldn't have got gas that day, I never would have met you. You know what I mean? Like how the universe lines up for everything. That's, I guess, me and you have talked about this like way back in the day, like all the things that have to line up for a new opportunity to present itself.
It's been years in the making because this is a long time friend.
Shit.
Okay, there you go. So it's been years in the making. So they're already successful in it, and then you already knew them.
Yes, she's been
it's exactly like Rob, producer, right? He already knew Gabe, and then he said, "Hey, this is working for me," and you're like, "Okay, yep, let's do it."
Yeah, it's been years in the making.
But their level of success is what made it easy for you to make the decision.
Size of dreams.
Not even now. The level of success when I first known her, she's always been successful. So this is probably something that I should probably take a deeper look into.
So it's been on.
And when I took the right look into it, that's when I realized how much of it lined up, and I almost started crying.
Right. So it's been on your table the whole time, but you've been waiting. You've been growing yourself so that you could recognize the opportunity.
It hasn't. She just started this not very long ago.
Okay.
And then she thought of me and then made the phone call.
So then your previous work on yourself So this is
Andrew, what are you gonna say?
Sorry, go ahead. This is an example of you don't know what today's actions, how that's gonna affect 3 months from now, is an opportunity that you're like, I messaged that one person. Like Rob messaging me one little message, right? 7 years ago. This is how simple one message can be. We're all here right now because he shot one person a message 7 or 8 years ago. So when you start looking at day to day, like, holy shit, dude, literally making music, every time I'm getting on the mic, I'm like, dude, literally any and every song is it. Like, it's already happened. It's literally just waiting for the people and the universe to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly, man.
What were you thinking when you sent me that message?
Oh, me, bro, man, I was there and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like I knew about the club thing and I knew there was the potential there, but I was like, dude, like, I got this. I mean, it so massively changed my entire life and thinking in a matter of weeks,
Yes.
days and weeks, so massively that I was like, dude, I gotta get this to anybody that's willing to receive it, dude. So I sent out fucking an email to like several hundred people, and then I messaged on Facebook like a bunch of people. I was just like, this is gonna do something. Whoever's too good can take it, because holy shit. And I've gotten, and it's like, Josh, it's been up 6 months later. I'm living in California at that time. I moved down like between the time I sent the message and then, and I had that happen multiple times. There were guys that emailed me back and they're like, dude, I listened to this. And then like I was in college and I wasn't going to get this thing done. The building was locked and closed. And then I managed to find this thing and I got into the building and I did all this stuff and everything, but it was all because I kept my blah, blah. And it was like multiple people over the years that I never, I don't even know who the fuck they were. It's like, this was some email I found in my Gmail from like some summer camp back in high school or some shit. It's like, this is 15 years ago. I don't even remember that name, like, glad he listened to it. Got some benefit, same with Josh. It was like, fucking, oh yeah, Phenom. Oh yeah.
That's what I can dissect what you just told me. So I can dissect that you were in a mind state, right, of having a good intention and you weren't afraid of adding value to people's lives with no expectation back.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So we know if we do that as a group, right, then we're going to have a tremendous impact on the world. If we remind ourselves, right, this is what I remind myself in my video, when I do my stories, right? Don't be afraid of what the person who's going to say, oh, he's crazy, or, oh, he's doing too much. Don't be afraid of that person, right? Be afraid of the person you could have inspired, but you chose not to.
I had a crazy, this exact situation on Twitter. Somebody called us out because I've had my sales guy and he's got this automatic program where we put in like 7,000 emails. We're sending out these little informational emails asking if they want more information. And then it auto follows up every few days or weeks or whatever. And, each one has a link on, just respond or click this button, stop these emails. And some guy screenshotted it, posted on Twitter. It's like, is this how you guys, do stuff for a newsletter? And it's like, just seems pushy and all that stuff. And I was like, hey man, we're a business and like, we sell industrial stuff and this is what we do. If it's your hobby, I mean, our email is, what do you want? So I was like, fuck, did we do it right? Did we phrase it right? Is this still a good strategy? If somebody's posting on Twitter, it was that bad? Like, and then within an hour, within 15 minutes, I got an email. And 2 hours later, I got another email. And then this morning, I got another email, which were all responses to the same exact email that guy screenshotted and posted on Twitter complaining about. And they were all like, oh, thank you so much. This is really great information. We're not doing it right now, or this or that, or I'm going to be doing this later. For this one guy complaining, 3 people were like, oh, thank you so much, to the exact same email. And that dude was a sourpuss. That's it. That's all there was to it. He had a bad fucking attitude. That's where he was at that time.
So challenge, how could you have responded, right, and still pulled them in? Because I think if you would have said, "Hey,"
I think I did.
Oh, you did?
Let's see. Here, let me. Yeah, it actually worked out pretty well. Let's see. Replies. Okay. So he posted. This is the thing that makes people run to the unsubscribe button. Vision Miner. I get enough of this at work from IT vendors. I don't need this in my hobby too. And it was like the email, and then two auto follow-ups that were like a week apart. And I said, oh, where'd it go? Where'd my response go? There we go. I need this one. And I said, considering we sell industrial grade machines and shy away from hobby grade stuff, that's not surprising. Noted. However, since we aren't selling anything in that email, did you get any value from the video on how you could use a 3D printer to save taxes? And he said, I'm not trying to be rude. I very much like your products, but follow-up emails to what feels like a newsletter email feels like a bad taste in my mouth in the industry, regardless of the content. It's pushy and off-putting. And I responded, it does make sense, though. It could seem like it's not an email that's necessarily requiring a response. And I said, I'll talk to Julian tomorrow and we'll come up with a better strategy. Thanks for letting us know. So it's interesting. Yeah.
It's funny.
Apparently he's a customer who enjoys our products.
It's funny how like you're talking about that, like, and it's like how to understand that there's always going to be the other side of it. And if you sit there and paralyze yourself because of the possibility of the other side of that, you'll never go anywhere. For instance, I have a email list that I built over the last 15 years and started engaging now, and I just today opened up my Aweber automated email system thing, right? MailChimp, if you understand that, any automated email system. And I had 251 fucking people unsubscribe, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was upset at first, like, oh my God, this is my whole thing. Like, I have an email list that's just gonna blow up as soon as I hit them with the funnel and I hit them with the direct email and be like, no, this is me from so and so and so and so. Okay, I got it. So I think I can, hopefully. But
talk louder. I was trying not to interrupt you because I'm bad
talk louder. I'm sure I can turn some shit up. But I'll just talk into the shit louder. I don't know what I'm doing, but can you hear me still?
Yeah, much better.
Okay, so I have my mic and all that audio shit's been a pain in the ass. Plus, I'm moving this to another platform, so it's a pain in the ass. But either way, so I hit these guys up.
Rephrase that.
What's that?
Challenge. How can you rephrase that?
What?
That pain in the ass comment.
That's an opportunity. So moving on. So I learned that at corporate. So anyhow, the thing was, I noticed at first 251 people unsubscribed, but then I noticed I had like 40 sales. And so for me, I was like, okay, so 251 people were upset about this, but I have 41 sales, which is a lot of money, by the way. So the thing is, you have all these people that are not like, what the fuck, and then they don't want to be part of it. They weed themselves out, which is perfect. But you get 41 sales, so clearly 41 people enjoyed that. And then there's all the other people who are still thinking, right? But all in all, of a 2-day period. So, for me, I was like, hey, man, it's all good. I think I'm going to go have a steak dinner and chill, But,
so they unsubscribed?
Yeah, 251 people.
But you still have their emails, right?
I still do.
So what I would do is try to mastermind, right? You in copywriting, you always think of the reader or the listener and what's the emotion that you want to invoke out of them, right? And I bet you if you wanted me to help you, I'd love to help you with this kind of stuff. Coming up with an email, right? A goodbye email, right? Just making sure that, this is the last email they want, right? And just kind of so reverse engineering Why would you unsubscribe from your letter from that
Such a
post?
good strategy.
Huh?
It's a very good strategy.
So yeah, it's just like, hey, I didn't want to offend you, but I noticed that you unsubscribed, and I just wanted to let you know I was trying to add value, and I have good intentions. And if you still don't want to have a part of these emails, then I wish you luck moving forward. And if you have any feedback on how I can do better, I'd love to hear it. Boom. Just, dumb it down a little bit, but that's basically the bullet points of writing the copy.
Yeah, no, I get it. I have, what's dope is I have all their emails and I put them in a lookalike audience on my ads on Facebook. To where it still hits them anyway.
Music based?
Yeah, music based, because they were all originally approaching me for free music or free beats in the first place. And
so artists or
all artists,
Cool. How big's your list?
What's funny is I always thought it was like 2,000. It turns out it was like 500 people, but either way, 500 is better than 0.
I'm setting up a funnel right now. If you want to either sell your information or go down for a percentage, I'm doing a t-shirt and this first CD package, basically getting drop ship, a t-shirt, and then this mixtape, which features both of you guys. I got 3 projects that I'm working on, and between the 3 of them, between you two, even without any new music from Willie Stride, I just signed, you guys heard up for United Masters?
Yeah, I know that.
So I just signed up for them. So Will, if I can pay you to mix this single, I'm trying to get this shit pushed out so it's officially on Spotify, all that stuff, right? I could upload a song right now. Either I need 2 of them. One that's produced by you 10 years ago, and this last one I just did that's by Rob, Funny I'm the Same Me. But I'm willing to pay you like per song, and then if you, I don't know, if that can be a situation where it's worth your time. If not, I'm gonna find somebody who can.
Take it offline. Figure it out.
Yeah, I don't have time for that right now.
Okay, it's just the opportunity to keep it in house. So I just want you two to know.
I have a lot on my plate.
I love you both. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I have a lot on my plate right now, man.
That's motivation. Keep going until I can make you quit your other job.
Bring that on.
Hey, it's just been over a year, and I got the pipeline set up, so
it's gonna be good.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
That is the phrase.
Woo!
Training balance scale. So
fuck, man, we're going on 2 hours here, dude. I'm like,
I'm good. Sorry. I'm trying to get the most out of this because I am like this close to exploding in my life, and I'm there. So literally just the biggest thing I've done is waking up every morning and saying, if you want to be enthusiastic, then act enthusiastic. Because I remember Rob Lent telling me about the level of energy that his mentor always has.
fucking crazy. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Dude, there's been some older dudes, but most of the rich dudes I've met or know do have a lot of energy, at least available, but they're not always like expressivity level is different among them now that I look, because there is with that stoic
expectancy.
No, the stoic sort of persona, right? The state, right? And it's your controlled energy, right? So you guys ever seen, or you've probably done it yourself, or seen kids or whatever, and they'll be taking their leg and their leg will be bouncing under the table or whatever, right? Or maybe you're fidgeting. That is way of expelling excess energy that we automatically do. It's just energy in the body, however it's coming out, and it's coming out physically. Now, there's something very interesting when you take all of that and focus your body and mind and keep all of that in, but controlled and channel that, as opposed to letting it go out through the Lego River. And I get this one guy right now, and whenever we're in a meeting or whatever, I can tell he's nervous a little bit, all these things. He's a younger kid, but he's and his leg will be doing that, and I know what it is. I'm like, God, if you can just harness that extra energy and then deliver it exactly where it's most poignant and effective, as opposed to always splaying, right? It's different, but that it's always available and there at a moment's notice, right? Yeah.
Does that go back to like chief aim and having a plan? Because I can imagine myself when I'm not very organized and when I'm not very specific, it's very my energy is very random.
Right. Controlled is important. Controlled and directed and focused. It's like you can't manage time, but you can manage priorities, right? You got to pick what's most important. There's always going to be 10 things on the list, and you're going to do 3 of them. If you're going to get to 3 of them. And the next day, there's not going to be 10 things in the list, or there's not going to be 7 left. There's going to be 14. And the next day, there'll be 25, and you'll have done 9. And it's just going to always be that way. It'll never stop.
So I've heard that a lot, right? Priority versus time. And I have to challenge that theory, right? Because it's actually, now that I look at it, observing, it's both, right? You can manage time, right? And you can also choose to supersede time and do priority management, however long it takes.
Can you add more hours to the day?
No. Can you add more priorities to the day?
Well, you can choose where you focus.
Depends on how long they take, right?
So in that perspective, like you can decide and choose which hours you do different things, and that's managing time to an extent.
Right. So that's what I mean. Like, so you kill your priorities during the day, but at 7 o'clock it's family time, and then you have no priorities.
Yeah. In this context, it's like I've always tried stuff like, okay, I'm going to do first that, from 9 to 10, I'm just going to do emails. From 10 to noon, I'm just going to do calls. From noon to 1, I'm going to eat. From 1 to this, I'm going to do this. What happens every single fucking time is that this hour ends up taking an hour and a half, and I don't even finish everything. I'm like, fuck, goddamn it, I gotta move over to the other thing. So I start making calls, and then I do 30 minutes of calls, and I'm like, it's already fucking noon. I'm supposed to be able to watch that. And just every time, it's like it doesn't. So instead of trying to manage my time and getting everything done in chunks, I have my whole list, and I'm like, these are the most important things that must happen next in this order. Okay, responding to this sales thing is more important than fixing that making that new basic description page on the website that doesn't really matter. And making that call to get them the information they wanted before they send a $70,000 check is more important than, answering that sales call of that person who's trying to sell you direct marketing bullshit.
Right.
So I can take that whole list and focus and boom, 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 boom.
So have you heard of segment intending?
Say it again.
Segment intending.
Segment and prioritize, like, or
so segment intending is, so basically it's a mixture of what we're talking about, right? First intending,
like intention.
Yeah, it's like segment intention, right? So
cool.
It's like this, right? So I guess it could work either way, but the example they give is with time, right? Because now everything is created from our emotions, right? Our thoughts or our emotions. We know if we keep a high emotion, that means our thoughts are, right? Can't think a bad thought and be feeling good. So segment intending is, right, actually your schedule. So say you have a schedule, right? Or priority management is maybe at the beginning of the day in a morning ritual is you're actually going to sit down and either it's like a meditation, but a quick version. like you're going to sit there for 10 seconds and you're going to say, hey, while I'm answering calls today, right, I'm going to help every single person, and I'm going to walk away feeling juiced up, ready to go over to the sales meeting, right? Or for me, it might be, right, I just want to have a energizing workout so that I can talk to his, whatever the intention is that you want, right? It was big when they explained if you start, most people get to priority or time, but if you can segment that and then before you do it, set your intention. Like, this is my intention for this. It's raising your expectation. Therefore, you start to experience, you look at the glass half full.
It's a form of clearing your mind of all the other shit before focusing on something too. It's like it's an incredibly valuable thing, because like if I just go from my day straight into something, I've got 4 other things that are slightly in the back of my mind before something. But if I take a moment and clear my mind and say, this is what's going down, it's, oh yeah, definitely. I think that's a super good practice. Yeah. And then throughout the day, that's pretty cool.
That's Willie Stride. That's one thing I would like to talk to you about, the daily checkoff list, that segment intending. I'll try to find a video. All right, guys. Anybody else got anything for me?
Dude. Thank you for inviting me on the call again. This is fucking great. I love it.
Yeah, it was a great call. I had some connection issues there earlier, but next time let's do this again, and I'll be more prepared, and we can like go into some shit really deep,
Oh yeah, I'm more prepared now too, because I just set up all these screens to work to where it like accommodates all the different faces on the Zoom call.
Nice.
So it looks
Nice.
It's live streaming to YouTube right now.
Nice.
And so like everything's like, when I have 5 people, I'm like, normally it's just Will and I, so it's like 2 like frames for 2 people, so it's perfect. So I'm all set up for like when you guys switch and like you would lose connection, I could switch to the 4 people. So we're set like in all ways. It's gonna be cool to go forward with it.
What's the channel name again?
Awesome.
It's gonna be the Frequency Control Show, and you'll be able to just look it up, Frequency Control Show, and go there. Right now, it's gonna be under like S&D Global, but I'm moving it to a new page. I'll have to like download every video and then shift it over. So
Hey, I wouldn't make it bigger than it needs to be, right? And honestly, I would still post to both pages. Like I said, run a split test, right? But then eventually, once you grow your frequency show, right, use your S&D guys and point them, say, hey, I'm only doing 5 more videos, and we're going to be full-time on this channel.
Where's it streaming live right now?
YouTube
right now,
S&D Productions or Global?
It'd be under S&D Global that it's streaming live.
Got it.
Um,
No. No, that's definitely not it. I found the one video upload here is Grandma's Baby Goodies. This is not what I'm looking for.
I don't know. Maybe you are.
I feel like it needs to be on its own channel.
No, it does,
No, we'll do
right? But I
both.
think that's a process.
That'd be
And-
I think it's making a new account and starting it on that and going fresh and getting a title, intro, sequence, or whatever, like, background.
I don't
or
think
you probably
you guys
got all
need to
that set
move.
up, right?
Yeah, I did all that already. I just
Nice.
have to migrate right now, and that's.
I don't think you guys need to move the whole library of videos, right?
No.
Just keep pushing forward. Like
Yeah.
you guys are just now getting good at it. You're just now getting it down, and you guys are
Yeah.
planning on doing this continually, right?
Right.
Don't worry about uploading, the last 20 weeks, right?
Oh, we
I
have
would-
good
I would
content.
I would go back on those 20 videos and change the description and put a link to the new channel instead of uploading all of them,
Yeah.
because that's efficiency and time. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, that sounds good. That makes it a lot easier. My thing is trying to
that's
get.
what I mean. I
Yeah.
can see the way you looked at it. It's going to take a while to get done. And then I see the way Will leans back in his chair. He's like, I want to say something right now, but I'm not going to. And I'm
Dude.
like, Well, let me say it for him.
In 2
I
years.
told you guys.
Yeah, in 2 years, just upload them as a from the archives.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So, any new information on KT?
He's out of jail. He's in house arrest for a year.
What do you see?
Where did we get? Has anyone verified that information, or is that just from a?
It's from the Mortars and posted on the actual official Jin page and a bunch of people in the Jin.
Oh yeah,
groups.
he's out. Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna put it on Jin.
I haven't seen him on video or anything though, so we'll see.
That's hilarious. When you said that, Phenom, in your message, I thought you said some girl named Katie.
Say again.
You said like this person named Katie. Like,
Oh, KT. Yeah, KT Kevin Trudeau. Sorry, yeah. That was my vote for topic, right? Is KT out of
Katie
jail?
got out of jail.
Right? What's his next move and what's it look like in our everyday life? What if a new Jin started under a new name, right? And it was the pay structure like Jin was in the beginning, right?
Oh, dude. Something's going down.
Kill it. The 5 of us would kill it. And I told one of you guys, like, I can't wait till all 5 of us are going on a cruise and going to the quarterly events. Like,
God, man, I can't wait.
Me and Rob went to a cruise. Rob, we went.
Yep.
Rob helped me out. I think he paid my way or paid my flight or something. I think he paid my way. I had to pay my own flight. And we went down to the Bahamas on the cruise. We only got off the ship once, and we shot a music video.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, my God. It was the best, dude. Oh, my God. Bro, I swear to fucking God, if you had submitted that shit, you would have gotten signed, bro.
Yeah, but it was a 360 deal, and they wanted everything. But it's
fuck
all
that.
right. I learned about contracts.
Hell yeah. Oh, my God.
But if Jin starts up again, right, I don't see Kevin sticking to this non-pay scale version in today's age with marketing and online schooling being so big. It's expected to be like $100 billion industry in the next 5 years. I forget what the stats are, but online training and certification and schooling and guru, right, online courses is exploding right now. And Kevin on video and on audio, there's not anyone that's going to beat him. Not these, not Sam Ovens, not that black dude that does the YouTube marketing. I forget his name.
Billy Jean?
Yeah, Billy Jean. I get his newsletter, right? You think of Tony Robbins. You think of all these guys, right, that are now online doing courses and doing things. Dude, Jin, I just got this weird feeling that this last years that we have all stayed loyal to the information. You realize if Jin starts over, right, we're going to be in the top 2% of knowledge, like in.
Yeah, put it to work now.
I think what's funny is you talk that shit. Right now with this little podcast, we could leverage off of that and start doing our own shit. It doesn't have to be Kevin. It doesn't have to be Billy Jean. He could be like, what percentage? Like, you're talking about all these like billions of dollar industries. just our small little portion.
Andrew, what's making noise in your place?
Right, Rob. I totally agree, right? And that's what I told Will earlier. I think he's like on a jump start of that. But the pay structure, right, and having, 10 or 12 levels of information is
I'm excited to see what Kevin comes out with. Yeah.
Well, it's already all recorded, right?
No. Only through level 6, level 5. Level 6 has no audio recordings from what I know, and level 7 was done. Level 7 was done at a hotel right before he went to jail.
Telepathically.
Levels 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are all in the ether. As far as I know, I've never been able to get my hands on level 6 stuff. But there's the level 7 at the hotel, which is like 7 hours.
One audio. Is level 5 where they do the bell thing?
Dude, that's one audio of level 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's level audio 11. I want to say. Yeah, there's like 12.
I only have that one.
What, dude? What?
Yeah, but dude, I've never even listened to level 5. I'm still on. Is it level 4?
Why can't you finish a project? What's holding you back from finishing a project?
Yeah, I don't have 6, but there's 7.
There is 7?
Yeah, but it's just one audio for the 7, like right before he was going to jail.
Yeah,
but I don't have 6. I thought I had 6.
Yeah, dude.
6.
It's the mysterious. It's only done in person.
Your Wish is now on Spotify, right, Rob?
Yeah, Your Wish is there. Probably the levels
they're
too,
doing it. Trust me.
Oh, it's on Spotify.
They're putting it on Spotify. Is
You know what I heard?
Not under Jin though. It's like
Dude, I heard-
the community
I
is
heard
putting
that,
everything up. It's all on YouTube
wow.
too.
I heard that level 6 has to be in person because Kevin teaches you how to punch out the candle flame.
Ah!
That's why it's in person.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
It's sick.
Hey, did you guys ever do any crazy shit in the beginning, like try to make water float out of a cup, or like try to fucking make a cup fall off the counter?
At a different event, I broke an arrow against my neck right here. The sharp
I did that too.
The sharp end. Dude, that shit was sick. Yeah. Yeah, swear to God. Andrew was there. We were at the same event, right? Millionaire Minds, T. Harv Ecker.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is my formal. I got 2 requests before I leave,
It's
right?
a trick.
It is kind of a trick, yeah.
There's a post. There's a post on how to legally deny a vaccine. I want to share with you guys, and I want you guys all to repost it for as long as you can, every day on your story or on your wall or whatever. I'm really scared of what's going to happen to people if millions and millions of people take this vaccine. And I think like the most value we could add to anybody's life is teach them. I just got this thing on how to legally deny the vaccine. You ask for if it has a specific ingredient, right?
Yes,
or
seen
thing,
those.
and then you say basically whatever. I don't know. If there's 4 steps.
The Hippocratic Oath type thing, yeah.
I need to get that ASAP.
The first key though too is it's something like, is there MSG or is there mercury in this? Yes. Or is there formaldehyde? Yes. According to the Hippocratic Oath, you're sworn to
aborted baby
harm of any kind of right.
It has DNA in it.
But realistically, we got to find out how to get people to realize that they're actually poisonous. Like the amount of people I know who are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. Just kind of, I don't want to stay in line for 2 hours right now, but I'll get it as soon as it's like available. And I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, well, I mean, I at least want my kids to get it. Because
oh
my God.
Dude,
dude, he's like, but the school, they need it for school. And I was like,
no, fuck school and net.
Hell no.
Hey, my cousin is making his kids.
Dude, you guys' reaction was so good.
What?
Oh my God, everyone jumped.
Dude,
Homeschool them kids.
my cousin is making his kids stay at home so they don't take the vaccine. If Gabby makes my son take the vaccine to go to daycare, right? My son might freaking end up somewhere else. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, number 2, right? Within the next year, right? I'm going to the Dan Pena seminar in Scotland at the castle.
Are you really?
Yes. I'm clarifying it today. Anybody that wants to go, I would love for all 5 of us to go at the same time.
20 grand.
I want to go.
It's 20 grand.
Oh shit.
Is it still 20?
Yeah,
I don't really want to go anymore.
No. Hey, I've been researching it. He has the best amount of success The reason why he stopped speaking at public places is because his success rate goes up 511%. They keep track of numbers. Literally, there's people that ask, what's the return on investment? And he's like, the few that they've kept track of for the 20,000 within a year, like the type of deals that people are involved in and profiting off of is like 1,000 to 1.
So
Hey, but
much
let me
of
tell you something about Dan Pena.
yeah.
All of his information that you learn at the castle is on his website for free, bro.
Right, but that's the whole thing, right? Like we just talked about the mentor and all this stuff. That's why he has a 511% success rate, right? Increase with the people at the castle.
Hey Andrew,
Huh?
where do statistics come from?
Statistics.
Dan Pena's butthole.
Yep.
Anyways,
but I love Dan Pena. I want to go down on that.
He also
But-
says he killed a bear with a 5-shot handgun.
I believe him.
His biggest thing is the up and hard principle, really, pretty much like Men's Weekend. I don't know if you guys know, Josh. Oh, fuck, you can go to Men's. Dude, are they even doing Men's Weekend anymore? I hope so. They only did it twice a year. It was held in the Mason Temple on the East Coast and the West Coast. And it was the most intense, crazy weekend event. Essentially, dude, like if there's anything that could compete with the original gin cruise I went on, it would be that.
I bet the Scotland
It was
castle
insane.
blows it out the water.
Potentially.
No, just the company that you're going to be in.
Potentially.
That's
Men's Weekend is a little bit different, but yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to both of them.
I do plan to.
Hey, what if I pay for everyone to go?
I'm there.
Yeah, going to
All
dime.
right, there we go. That's what I just wanted to get a yes, right? So, believe me, you and Rob Lent, news for you. I think soon as I hit 10 to 20,000 a month, I'm coming down to California. So you know,
I'm around. I'll be at the shop as per usual.
it's either California or Miami, but I know you, so right now it's California.
Nice. I might be moving to Texas soon, so don't go too quick. But
No, you don't know.
yeah.
It's still going to be at least 1 to 30 days before I get to that income, and if it's not 30 days, then it'll be 31 to 60 days, and if it's not 31 to 60,
I love it.
it'll be in 90 days.
Texas is a good idea.
Guns
I've
and
been to
land.
Texas. No, I mean, yeah, anywhere is good, but music wise, I need palm trees in my life. Palm trees and ocean.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. So
Palm trees and ocean events. Let's go to the freaking castle.
Do in Corpus Christi, but it's dirty ass water.
Nice.
this is another cast. I'll tell you what. I appreciate you guys being on here, man, and just speaking knowledge again, and just really just for us, man, as well as how much it benefit the people that, will be tuning into these.
Do we have a link for Your Wish is Your Command that we can post in the description yet?
Oh, for sure. Spotify, YouTube.
Exactly.
I got a bone to pick with you two. I got an email. Somebody needs to send it to. They said they would listen to it. He's an up-and-coming producer, right? He's the only reason why I'm still doing music, Devin Taloy, and he's still making like computer-sounding tracks, right, on GarageBand. But he's got 2 potentials that I'm gonna rap to already, and he's on house arrest for a year. So, and all he wants to do is make beats. But I told him if he started listening to this information, right, it's likely that he might have 2 mentors who might be able to point him in the right direction as far as production. But I think it's a fair trade for him to listen to Your Wish is Your Command.
So send it to him.
Yeah, man.
I gave you guys the email last time we met.
Dudes.
Oh, we're not gonna follow up with that.
All right.
Why would you have us send it to him? You know the guy. Send it to him.
I just told you why. Right? Because it means more coming from you guys than it does coming from me.
We don't even know the guy.
Right. He's the reason why I started doing music again. He's the reason why I started bridge painting. He's got MS and he's dying and he wants to be one of my producers.
He's on house arrest for a year?
Guilt trip you?
What's that?
I said, is that enough to guilt trip you?
No.
Okay.
And he's on house. I don't even understand. Anyway, dudes, this has been fantastic. I want to be there for the first stream on the new channel.
No, send it to your homie.
And then it'll be in every description.
Yeah.
You don't understand, Will. I've tried for years to get him to listen. I've tried for years. I've made him listen in the car. If he drives with me, he has to listen to audio. Right? You're not understanding. He's willing to trade to know a producer who's actually produced some of my music, someone who's better at producing. He doesn't want to listen, but he will listen if he knows he's going to know somebody who's better than him producing, who's produced some of my singles. Dude, you are a fucking god to him, Willie Stride. He doesn't know your face. He doesn't know nothing, but he knows every single track that you've produced on Music On World Off.
Did you guys know it's a full moon tonight?
Ooh, is that why I'm fucking so juiced up?
Probably, yes. No.
I had 4 cups of coffee today, and I swear to God, like I'm about to explode, dude. I just got done mixing down the first copy of the mixtape, listening to it, and I'm almost like in tears, but exploding at the same time.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Voluntary, if you want to spit your chief fame at me, I'm willing to listen. Anybody?
Pay off my government loan that I got.
Nice.
Pay off your government loan as your chief aim, huh? You sound like that's gonna happen tomorrow.
It's on its way.
Oh,
It's right around the corner.
Yeah,
Christmas, baby.
You can't tell feed on some shit like that.
Oh my God.
He'll be all over that chief aim in a heartbeat.
Will knows, dude. Me and Will will talk for hours and I just drill him on everything. And he's laughing. You guys are a little bit uncomfortable, but the way I challenge anything and everything, I expect every one of you guys to do the same thing to me, so you know. And it's kind of like chess, right? And I'm only doing it because I'm actually questioning shit in my mind, and I want to know if I'm right or wrong, or if I can get better. And always I get better. The more I interrupt and the more questions I ask, I always leave a better person, even though people don't agree with it and it's uncomfortable sometimes. I'm being perfectly selfish because I'm trying to get shit out of this myself. That's why I want to talk about who do you listen to and mentors and not training balance skill.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, me and Robert had some conversations, but the conversations for a year that you and I had were way crazier, man.
All right, here's mine, right? I consistently generate
Hey, we should
10,000.
get on live, though, before you do this.
Huh?
Yeah, live. We're still live
I don't
streaming,
care
right?
if anyone knows about my chief aim. I want to let them know how specific this shit needs to be. So when they're
Listen,
like,
guys,
I want $10,000 a month.
I gotta run, or I'm down to stay on, but I need a 5-minute break. That's it.
All right. Let me spit my chief aim and I'm out.
Do it, because
I consistently generate $10,000 a month in income through adding value to people's lives through my real estate wholesaling business and my music business every day from my cell phone and computer.
Why do you want that?
Why do I want it? Because that represents the point in which I have my time back and I can do it from anywhere in the world. Therefore, anytime I'm available to be a dad, that's my first priority. And then I have complete freedom for music.
Now, that sounds more like a chief aim to me.
10 grand a month through your business, though, doesn't necessarily equal
Say again?
Freedom of time. So as soon as you hit that, it's not like you have freedom of time. As soon as you hit that, you're making that through your
I have
business.
freedom of time, meaning I can do it from anywhere on my phone and my computer.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning I can be anywhere.
Let's
That's
go to
the-
the minutia of the next episode.
I was gonna say, wait, say it again then.
I consistently generate $10,000 a month in income through adding value to people's lives in my real estate wholesaling business and my music business every day from my cell phone and computer.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Three quarters of
Hey,
your
you know
cheap
what?
pay.
You know what's even better? It feels good to me.
Hey, there you go.
That's
3/4 of the
it.
fame though is the how you're gonna get there.
3/4 of what?
3/4 of your chief fame is how you're gonna get there.
No, it's not.
What? You don't need to know the how.
Exactly. But half
Right.
of this
But you do know for money, you have to have an exchange of value add, right? The only how I'm doing is the two things I'm focused on, real estate wholesaling and music, right? But I'm not saying it's going to be through streams and buying houses in Wenatchee, right? It's just through a wholesaling real estate business and, right, chief aims morph the closer you get to them.
that's why I asked you why do you want that?
Right. And thank you for helping me clarify it, because that's exactly why. Because I want to be able to work from anywhere in the world and be able to work on music as much as I want to whenever I'm not being a dad.
So why isn't that the chief aim?
Because, right, your sweet spot, you have to go back to your sweet spot. I can't jump from here to there, but I do know I can measure, right, $10,000 a month. I believe I'm there. So it's basically the same thing. But when I picture what you're saying, it seems a whole lot harder because I have already made $10,000 a month in my life, right? So I'm just doing what I've done before. The only difference is I'm only doing it through my computer and my cell phone instead of going out and working 80 hours a week. That's the challenge, doing what I've already did in a different way. So it aligns perfectly with me, you know what I mean? But yeah, see, and when I think about your picture, it's so much bigger than $10,000.
Right. But but that doesn't make you feel good.
Right. So that's because that used to be my chief aim,
That's
right?
tough. That's a tough one.
Full-time music used to be my chief aim for over, you remember that? That was every day, a song a day, right? That's
Yeah.
where we started.
I was
right?
there.
But when I think back on that, that was never in my sweet spot. I never believed the next day, right, that we were going to be full-time music. I believe any day I can take the actions I'm taking, the funnels I'm building, right, is going to be the day where I can generate $10,000 in a month, because that only takes one phone call.
Interesting.
So any day is the day for me. That's why I'm so exuberant with everything, because I've already drove and found a list of 500 properties, right?
Oh,
But how would it make you feel if you achieved that?
It's going to be awesome because, like I just said, I told Rob I'm either coming to Miami or LA, right? It's awesome because now I know I can generate $10,000 a month. I can work on music as much as I want to, right? Minus the minimal $10,000 income generating. It feels amazing. And it feels like it's going to happen tomorrow.
That's good.
dude, hell yeah. Dude, if you guys are going to stay on, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to go smoke.
I gotta sign off.
Love you
Good
all.
talking to you guys.
We
Dude,
should
hell yeah.
Peace out.
Hey, see you guys next week.
All right, peace.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for having the show. Give it up. Fuck yeah.
There, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.
We should go. Yeah, we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
Your
right.
voice is your command in the description.
Right on.
Woo. All right. Peace.
Hey, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being on. Until every Thursday at 8, hit that subscribe button and let's talk. Ask us some questions.